Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is September 4th, 2017, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the economic news for the day, really just one number coming out, GBP Construction PMI number coming out at 10:30 South African time. But just keep in mind that today is Labor Day in the United States, and people are on vacation today, and many of the symbols that we trade on the CFDs, like the indices and some of the commodities, will be affected today. So keep an eye on the holiday trading times. Now, this month is also September, which means that it's going into the last quarter, September, October, November, December of the year. So some of the CFD contracts, like some of the indices or many of the indices, will be rolled over from September contracts to December contracts. So if you do have positions, you want to maintain them, make sure to roll them over, okay, or close them up, or just take care of them, okay. Just keep an eye out for the mailer that went out regarding the expiration dates for each contract. But without further ado, let's discuss what's been going on in the market. So we're going to be looking here at the Euro USD, and as you can see, Euro USD flatlined last week at 18.85. So we've had, quite a tumultuous week last week, relatively to the beginning of last week. Okay, as you can see, we hit we hit 20,000, 120, excuse me, on the upside, and we hit as low as 118.57. So we're trading right now at 18.85. Now, the question is how we're going to react today. Okay, we had a tremendous run up last week. So, to say that we're going to, correct ourselves right back down to somewhere in the 1700s, I don't think that that's going to happen. But, we may be just trading in this range, and quite a tight range between 70, 60 pips. And we're just right in the middle of that. So not much, to discuss there. GBP USD also trading in a tight range since last week. Okay, we rallied a little bit, came back a little bit from our low of 28.49, and we were traded almost as high as 130 almost, and now we're trading at 129.53. So, between the two pairs, not much going on in it. Just keep an eye on it for much. What has been trading is the gold. As you can see here, we actually gapped up this morning, 1335, okay, which is our new high for the year, okay, for the price of gold. To say that where this is going to go, I've been calling 1350 for the end of the year. We're only about 15 points away from it, so not even a question that we'll hit it, just a question of when and how. So with all gap ups, let's just look at that. With all gap ups, just keep an eye in filling the gap, if that's going to first happen, or are we just going to have a gap and go here. So you got two options here, so keep an eye on that later today. Looking at oil, we've bounced last week from $45 to $47 with the uneasiness with Hurricane Harvey. Okay, with what's been the remnants of the hurricane and the aftermath of it, and the lack of distribution of oil in the United States has risen the price of the gasoline in the United States. Now, that's obviously further down the food chain, but nevertheless, once this, starts clogging up, it affects, the price of crude on the back end as well. So, keep an eye on this to see if it does, correct itself this week, maybe go back down to 46, 60-ish level, and, it's at resistance right here. So, it's hard to say that it's going to retrace, right away, but keep an eye on this as a retracement, because we've hit this a couple of times before, 47.30-ish levels. So that's something to keep an eye on. Looking at the JSC, we finally broke off this 50,000 level, and we look like we're just churning, okay, on sideways trading right here. On the upper side, we're at 49.975, and the lower side 49.422. So, ultimately this has been trading at somewhat of a range ever since we hit our high of 50,321, which is understandable, okay, because markets are, still figuring out which way we're going to go in the fall. And if it's taking any sort of criticism from the Dow, okay, the Dow is actually opening up lower today at 21,915, over 70, 80 handles down. So that's a major retracement for the Dow Jones. Even though the Dow will be close today, the Dow futures are trading. So, we look like we're struggling to make higher highs, let's just say. So the correction could go to 21,600, 21,300, but there is what looks to be, okay, a correctional move coming in the Dow Jones. So keep an eye on that as that unfolds throughout the month. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.